In today's lesson, we're continuing with Master Kuo Lien Ying Saber form. In the last lesson, we learned the opening salutation section, and in that section, the sword was kept in the offhand, and we end up in the cat stance with the sword forward and fists underneath the shoulder. So we're going to start from that section. I'm not going to do a review of the opening salutation, just go back to the video and review everything that's included in that. Also, today's lesson, we'll presume that you've studied the wrapping lesson that I presented in a past video on how to do the slice and the wrap down to here. And so this will be basically the same movement, except that we're going to incorporate footwork into it. So I will present the movements in all angles so that you can see the sides and where the hand position is and everything. But in the form, the opening again starts off on the right side of the perimeter, and you're going to be facing 3 o'clock in the cat stance position, and then moving back into the 9 o'clock position. But as I present the instructional video, you'll see both sides, so don't get confused what direction you're facing and be facing in that direction. So again, from the cat, I'm going to show it on the opposite side, so you can see the hand position, this, and sword this way. And here, sword is forward. Your shoulders are pretty much square across, not out like this. Again, from the frontal view, and then the back view. So I'm going to do this first section facing the camera so that you can kind of see the hand action more clearly. So from here to how to get the sword into your, from the offhand into your sword hand, you're going to come in with the sword. Again, the blade is facing up. And as you come in, you start to tip it with the blade out. So you're going to rotate your hand, the offhand, into this position here. So it's going to come center like this. As you do this, you're going to reach forward and grab the sword like that. In the beginning, when you do it, you can do it slow so you get the motion. So from the fist, you're going to open up for a grab and transfer the sword this way. As soon as you grab the sword, you're going to change to this position. Remember, in the wrap, after the overhead comes down, it was in this position here. You're going to end up in exactly that same position from the presentation of the offhand to the sword hand. So from here, the sword comes in. Try to get that sword coming in straight and then grabbing like that. So in the beginning, just slowly bring it back and grab like this and change like that. Just do that a number of times. Do you feel comfortable with it? Like that. As you get a little more advanced, you're going to come back and just basically grab the sword like that. And come in. So elementary at the beginning, just change hands, change. More advanced, just grab like that. Again, you want the sword with the blade right in the center of the web. So as you do that change, you need to have the sword at the right angle for the grab into the thing. So I'll change direction here so you can see. This side will be more clear than on this side. It's much harder to see that change. From here, so the offhand coming back is as important as the right hand going out because it kind of throws the sword grip right into the right position. So if, just learning it, practice this change a number of times. So in the form, it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to go into that next move. So from the cat stance, do the change, and then do the slice as you step back with the left foot. Remember in the wrapping exercise, we practice that slice with the backward movement. So you can do that exactly like this in this presentation. Change the sword to the sword hand and just practice the slice. So again, progression will be cat stance, change, step and slice. Bring it back, change into the sword hand, slice. So when you come back to just get it into your offhand, just go like this. Remember to grab with the thumb over the guard, finger on the side so you can control the direction of the blade. Okay, from the cat stance. Okay, change into the sword hand. And slice. Cat stance, slice. Okay, so the next move will be from that position here, cat stance, change into the sword hand, slice. As you do the wrap, you're going to step back with your right foot, like that. So slice into the right foot, stepping back. Slice, step, slice, step. Again, as in my other presentations, if you break it down so you can just practice that one little change each time. The first grab, the slice, and then as you do the wrap, the step. Slice, step, slice, step, slice, step. To change, slice, step. At this point in the step, you can be more on your left foot as the sword is vertical. Now, as you come down into this position here, you could rock back into the even stance. So in practicing this, you need to practice fairly slow so you get the right timing for each of those steps. Again, it's going to be the change into this sword hand, and the offhand will be now a blade hand right at the wrist. As you step back, you do the slice, and as you do the wrap, the foot comes back into this position. And then as you rock back into even, the hand will come back to this wrapping motion, because remember, in the wrapping motion, the hand comes like that. So all you're doing is putting the footwork in, timing with a wrapping. Okay, change into the sword hand. Okay, step back, slice, step, here, come back to center. So now you're just going to repeat that where you slice, And as you step back and do the wrap, and then rock back into this position. So do it from this side. From here, change into sword hand, step and slice, wrap and step, rock back down to neutral, and then again, slice. Okay, from the front side, change to the sword hand, slice, step, rock, slice, step, back down to the guard position. So now we're going to do 2 steps. So again, keep that timing. Change into the sword hand from the cat, step and slice, wrap, back down to this position. Slice, wrap, step to this position. So when you do it just a little bit faster, it'll look like this. Like that. In this section, you can do it 2 times or 3 times. 3 times is the usual amount, depending on the space that you have. And on the third one, you're going to do the finish into the cap. So practice these moves first, and then we'll go into the next, the finish of the line.